Is there anything that we didn't cover or even something on a different topic, but legally related that you'd like to share for that more
So
smaller
something
audience?
Yeah, I do have a PDF on what is intellectual property, just a basic explanation of this is what a copyright is, this is what a trademark is, this is what a patent is, since a lot of people are confused at what the difference is and what's what. So I'd be happy to share that if you think that would be interesting. And then the other thing that I don't know, maybe might be good for a future episode would be just talking about fair use and going a little more in depth on that topic.
Okay. Could you give just a minute or two description of the patent, the three components you mentioned as an entree to
Yeah.
that PDF?
Sure, sure. So, copyright is intended to cover creative expression. So, that could be books, movies, music, artwork, the creative arts. The idea there is to encourage people to create these artistic works and to make sure that they can actually profit off of it. So, that's the idea. And it's important to remember with copyright that it only covers the creative aspects of it. It doesn't cover like ideas or facts. Those are not protected, just the expression of them. Then you have trademark, which is basically your branding in the marketplace. So, how you identify yourself so that consumers know who they're buying from. And so, sellers can establish a reputation around their brand so that people actually want to buy from them. So that's the idea of trademark law, is making sure that you can have a brand and that other people are not trying to ride your coattails or deceive the consumers as to who they're buying from. And then patent law, that's the more scientific side. So that covers formula, processes, inventions, things of a more scientific nature, and making sure, again, to encourage people to have these innovations and to be able to profit from these inventions that presumably at least will provide a benefit to society.
Are there any common circumstances or even uncommon circumstances where the patent area would come up for an author?
I can't think of one off the top of my head. As I said, it tends to be more on the scientific side. So, unless, for example, somebody came up with a new way to bind books that is the greatest thing since sliced bread, something like that might be worth looking into. But as an author writing text, I don't really see patent issues generally coming up.
One area that popped into my head as we were talking is a couple of years ago, I think in Sweden or Norway, there was this thing of making the little books. They were like physical books, but you turned the pages by swiping with your thumb. So it was like a phone, but it was a physical book. I'm sure that's patented, but I would think that a good guideline is if you're publishing your work in a format that one of the platforms offers as a standard option, you're probably safe if you're not making up a new way to find a book or create a book or
Yeah, I'd say traditional bookbinding methods are probably safe and you're not going to get in trouble most likely.